Everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. Today we have an emergency Sunday service call, 2014 Ram ProMaster V6 van. And this thing has almost 300,000 miles on it. Customer complaint is no gears. It's a bad sound under the hood. We have no, you hear the pump is starving, almost like an empty power steering pump. So, yeah, we scanned it for codes. We had all kinds of stuff. Pressure switch, hydraulic pressure test, loss of pump, line pressure low. And under the hood, that transmission pump, bad sound. There you go, 300,000 miles. So in this case, do we have hope for this transmission? Well, if the pump is mechanically cavitating, is it a fluid? Obviously check the fluid level. However, there's a problem, there's no dipstick. However, we can still check the level using some improvised methods. So to check the fluid level, you need a special dipstick, and it actually gives you the level based on the transmission temperature. So I just want to know, is there fluid in this thing? And luckily I brought a dipstick from a Subaru that is the right length, so at least to give you a fill hole. And if we put the dipstick in until it touches the bottom of the transmission pan, yes, there is fluid in there, but it looks really dark and sludgy. So I want to know, if we change this fluid out, does this van have a chance of getting it back on the road today? It needs a load delivered to next state over. So we're gonna just drop the pan, put some fresh fluid in it, check the filter, and it may or may not work. I can't guarantee this, but it's worth a try, and it's cheaper than a new transmission. So we got the fluid draining out. It's a sealed pan, so I have to pry it open, but yeah, it looks like black used motor oil. And once we get the pan off the rest of the way, we'll at least check the filter and see if it's plugged up in any way. So the transmission filter is off. However, the little neck right here, little plastic brittle piece snapped off. I'm trying to extract it from the transmission body. It's coming out slowly. Must be an O-ring in there. So it's definitely going to need a transmission filter regardless. See how the plastic is just toast from the heat. And if I can grab it with some pliers, they'll come out. Vice grips on there, there we go. So there's just an O-ring in here, but that's supposed to be attached. So let's look at the filter, see if it's all plugged up. Well, so we got a busted filter, and it's Sunday, no one's open, can't get any parts. Time to improvise. So what I have here is some transmission cooler hose, and this is the broken part of the filter. So that's right, I stuffed the hose into that part, and this will fit into the transmission, and then the hose will go to the bottom of the pan. And again, will that be enough fluid for the transmission to operate? The filter is definitely plugged up. I tried blowing through it. It's hard to blow through. It's definitely restricted. So I think the hose might be a temporary solution. Again, temporary. It's a little gunky. So we'll clean the pan out, put the hose in there, make sure it touches the bottom, fill it up with fluid, and see what happens. Alright, here's the improvised solution. The original collar is hammered back in there with our pickup hose. I cut a little extra funnel just in case it touches the bottom of the pan, which it shouldn't. Measured it. Should have plenty of clearance as long as the pan is full. Should get fluid in there. So again, it's not guaranteed that the pump is still good, but this will, you know, at least give it a chance. All right, transmission pan is bolted back on. No extra sealer. The sealer on there was fine. Transmission fluid time. All right, moment of truth here. Dumped in 4 quarts. That's all I had. If this thing moves, it'll be our lucky day. Hey, it sounds better.
Yes.
Oh man, I think this might make you. It'll go.
Okay.
It'll go. The bypass hose I put in there, there's no filter right now, so you're gonna have to.
I'm gonna make sure she gets that fixed, because otherwise, if she ain't getting it fixed, I ain't rolling.
Yep, that's it. Amazing. So sometimes you got to do it the Russian way. I'm actually from Russia.
Oh, okay.
And we don't have auto parts stores on every corner, so sometimes you got to fix it
do it the best way you can.
best way you can.
You gotta improvise.
So I know I'm gonna get a lot of comments. So like, what? You're running a transmission without a filter? But you know, on this thing, there's nothing to lose, and it'll get her to her destination. And maybe if no one touches it, it'll keep running like this for another 300,000 miles.
You ain't gonna tell me.
All right, see you next time. Bye-bye. All right, we're taking her for a spin. So far, so good. Never driven one of these before. You're sitting high up and you can't see the hood. It's actually pretty cool. Make sure she can cruise on the highway here. All the gears work. Amazing. That's pretty cool that these things go 300,000 miles and all you need is a transmission filter. Honestly, I've never done that kind of repair before, and I'm really surprised how well it works and how it can get you out of a pinch if all you have is some hose. So happy customer, they'll get the delivery done on time, and that's a win. But I'll tell her, get it to the dealer as soon as possible and get that filter put on there and the transmission fluid. See you guys next time. Bye-bye. Hi everyone. I hope you enjoyed that case study and crazy field repair on the Ram ProMaster transmission problem. That was nuts. I mean, there was like time constraints, working under pressure, getting all transmission fluid everywhere. But end of the day, the owner of the company just called me back, and she said the van made it to a shop, no problems. It's been driving like that for 3 days. Finally got it to a shop, put in the new filter, so everything is good. Wow. Now I wanted to ask you guys, what would you have done in this situation? Would you have gone kind of the improvised way because couldn't get parts? It was really urgent to get this van back on the road, and that was a solution, and luckily it worked. Now, in terms of, people might say, oh, you know, you're going to be liable for this. I explicitly wrote on the invoice, this is a emergency temporary repair just to get the van to a shop, not guaranteed in any way, so I made sure to kind of cover my ass there, but I don't know. So that's that. Again, appreciate everyone watching. Stay tuned for more. We got a busy couple of months of videos coming up. Thanksgiving and Christmas special got lined up. I think you'll enjoy. So stay tuned for more and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.